Now, I don't usually record machines from customers because they're 90% just boring laptops. But in this case, I decided to make an exception because this is a more special machine we have here. This is an HP ProOne G440 G3. Pretty a mouthful, but it is HP's approach on making a all-in-one computer, just like an iMac, basically. So I found it interesting to take a look at it. It has the well-known Windows update issue, the SRT rail error, where it would just crash and always go into automatic reboot, automatic repair, and just reboot and nothing's happening. So I will fix that, but I will also upgrade it to an SSD, and that's why we will take it apart. Now from the back, looks like this. It's not aluminium like, for example, iMacs. It's plastic, but the hinge is aluminium. So I find this hinge design to be pretty nice looking. They made a couple of weird design choices. Now, I would say it's a pretty attractive looking machine. It doesn't just look like an HP monitor. It looks more than that, in my opinion. It's got this nice speaker grill here and a glossy display and a webcam. So it's making it look pretty nice. If you're wondering what that is, that the owner put this here to remind him where the power button is, and that's pretty smart because I would not have found it. I first would have pressed here, for example, and I think that's the optical drive. Now, talking about weird design choices, an all-in-one computer is always a little weird because you cannot use basically any standard form factor components because it's in most cases it's just not going to fit. So they decided to put the ports here, some ports, those are not all, at the back. It's got also a external power brick, so external power supply, which I'm not a big fan of. I would have rather have it a little thicker, but have the power supply integrated. So they have this special power supply external, so just like a laptop. They have here USB 3 times, and I think that's a USB 3. Here's the power input, here's a LAN, and here's an HDMI. And when you flip it up, you see down there some more connectors. We got an SD card slot, which is nice, a headphone jack, and a USB and USB-C. Now, it does have USB-C, which surprised me. I think this is built in 2017, so yeah. This design choice is kind of meh, in my opinion. You would always kind of look under there. Where is it? Can I find it? You would kind of have to guess and forget plugging in USB drive or something because they're going to stick out and stuff. So yeah, I don't think this is the best approach, but still at least you have the ports, so that's good. It's rocking a 7th gen i5, which is a mobile i5 probably. I think all of these components are laptop grade components, so not desktop components. But we will see. I don't think it has dedicated graphics. And yeah, we'll take a look at how we can disassemble this guy. That's what I'm also very curious about, because all-in-one systems, they are not known for their great serviceability. So yeah. But before we do anything, we will try to get into the BIOS of this. It has the legacy mode disabled by default, so you have this stupid UEFI, which makes it hard to boot from USB, and that's what we will need to do when we upgrade it with the SSD in order to get Windows on there. So I'd much rather just find it out now and set it all to normal legacy mode so I can press buttons to get into the BIOS. I have no idea how it works on this, so I have to do some research. But yeah, let's find a keyboard and mouse, and then we'll go on with it. So I found out that this is only a 120 watt power supply. So it says it's here somewhere. That means that this can no way be a desktop grade machine, because for desktop CPUs and stuff this would be not a lot of wattage. So plugged it in, and I'll just boot it up, show you what's happening. Shows the HP logo, goes into automatic repair, and that's it. So yeah, we'll not worry about this anymore too much, because I've got an SSD for it. Yep, the recovery manager. This is how I know it. Not successful, so yeah, we will not worry about it. We have here this awesome SanDisk SSD, and that will kick this thing in the ass. The owner has complained about the speed, and I said put in an SSD and you will be surprised, because other than the crappy hard drive it has, I think it's got still pretty nice specs, especially for the stuff he does. He doesn't do anything special, so with a nice display and form factor, for him it's a pretty nice machine when it's upgraded with an SSD, but we have to get it there, so that's my task. Here you see the specifications. It's a 7500T, yep, 8 gigabytes of RAM, so not bad at all. I think it's got a 500 gig hard disk or so. So you learn something new every day, and it's not something I can actually say that's a great idea. In this case it says, oh, you are about to change into the secure boot mode of the operating system. If you put in this code, like, I don't know why or what, it's changing it back to secure boot. So no matter what you change around in the BIOS, it always reverts it. So just press escape, I guess. And you know what, guys? I am done with this shit. And so I will just say, if it doesn't have anything to boot from, then it can't like come with this message here that, oh, the operating system wants secure boot. I will trick you. You thought you were so smart and could hinder me installing Windows. Oh, you will see. So what we will do is we'll do the getaway and just put in the SSD, and then it's where is the operating system? And then we can nothing change it around into UE from UEFI to legacy, and then it should work. And if not, then we'll just throw it out there, and well, we'll see that. So now comes the interesting part: taking it apart, see how it looks from the inside, see how easy or not it is. I have to hand it to HP. They offer you and everybody, not just some certified more important people than you, just everybody, some teardown guides, and they I think they're quite okay. I mean, they're not iFixit great, but I say it's just you have to take what they give you. So you're lucky to have something like this nowadays, like a repair guide. So in this case, it's actually easier than I thought. It should just screw out here. Then I can remove the stand, and then, or no, not the stand at all. I can just, oh yeah, I can remove the stand, alright. And then I can remove this plastic thing. So, yeah, we will see. So, our HP iMac is on its face, and I, for once, not always have to bash Apple for using weird screw types, because HP also uses here some weird Torx or hex screws, but I'm prepared. I've got the Protect toolkit, so nothing's stopping me. 4 T10 screws out, and it's off. So yeah, pretty simple there. Finally got it off. Turns out that every all-in-one PC always kind of sucks to work on unless it's an iMac G5. So yeah, craptastic latches around everything. So yeah, but I will not stop complaining. I got it off without any damage. Really make sure you lay it down flat, because the whole weight of the machine rests then on the glass. You definitely do not want it to crack. So yeah, it is a quite heavy machine. Did I tell that? I don't think so. And that's because here all aluminium and metal. They should have more kind of invested in less metal in here and more kind of engineering to get this off, especially these screws, like that clip in there and hold it down. These are confusing. They don't come out all the way. They just have this little, you can see there, this spring mechanism, which I don't know who invented that. Here is the hard drive. That's all we want, so I will now stop rambling. This is, I guess, a good chance to either clean it, but this looks pretty clean as is, so I will not worry about that. Here's speaker 1 and 2, power button right there. Yeah, no view on the CPU or the RAM. Where the hell is the RAM? Optical drive is right there, just a laptop optical drive. Yeah, I don't know, guys. Probably under there somewhere. The folks from HP really thought of something awesome. As you see, they pre-made some holes for, whoa, for a 2.5-inch drive, so that is awesome. So I don't need an adapter or nothing. Obviously, these fat-ass screws from the hard drive wouldn't screw into the SSD, so I got my own here for my collection. So as you see, properly mounted, no ghetto tape, nothing, no adapter needed. Awesome. Really, they really thought of this. Maybe there were also ones with SSDs available, so they have this part like for 3.5-inch and 2.5-inch drives. Could be. So this goes back in to this bracket assembly here. I like their bracket assemblies. They have that all in the compact days and everything. So yeah, just figure out how that really works. I have no clue really. All I know is that I kind of pulled it out and like so, and now it should go in the reverse way probably. Yep, there we go. Alright, nice and secure once it's screwed in. And I'll see you when we pull this back together. Screwed in, hooked up. I wish I could show you more, but there's just nothing other than this fan here, so in order to remove the board, I think it would need to unscrew all of these and then go from there, but thankfully we don't have to touch any of this. Alright, let's close it back up, which should be a little nerve-wracking with all of these clips. I hope none of them break. This is just as stupid to put together than it was to take apart, I tell ya. Just close up, please. That's all I ask you, dude. What in the hell? I think this goes down in history as one of the shittiest PCs I've worked on. For sure. I work on an iMac any day over this. Especially with this craptastic plastic, you always feel like it's breaking off. Gonna have to slide it over there. Over these ports, which also blocks something. I don't fucking know what this wants from me. This is just utterly stupid. Who came up with this? Who did? As I speak, I found the magic trick. You shove a screwdriver down there and force it. Alright, yeah. Not the most elegant way, but hey, it worked. And that this top thing is just held down by clips is also driving me nuts. No single screw, nothing, just clips. So, yeah. But a lot of satisfying clicks. Should do it. Oh yeah, also forgot these little rubber thingies that go in there. Cover up the screw here. And also here. You want this to look factory. So yeah, let's see if it's still standing. I'm still standing. Yeah. Alright. Looks like it never happened. Now I need to clean that off. That's just some crap from the desk. Yeah, I need to give it a nice clean anyway when I'm done with it. We didn't crack anything. Everything's nice when it's cleaned off. It's looking brand new. So, without that out of the way, let's reconnect here my mouse and keyboard and my Windows installation medium and hope this guy wants to work with it. Oh, of course, it's power supply. There we go. Okay, let's see if we killed it. Yep. Oh, it's still showing that. What? I gotta read that carefully. Maybe I did something wrong. I've never been so happy to see a no boot disk has been detected screen, because that is in fact our legacy screen. Yes. So what happened was, all I had to enter was this passkey that it would show me and enter, and then it worked. I remembered long ago I did that also somewhere, but I don't know if it was an HP or not, but probably was. We thankfully have the legacy mode finally. Finally what we need. So we have this DVD drive. What? DVD drive? Oh, we could also boot from DVD, yeah. Yeah, kind of makes sense. Anyway, we need the flash disk. Oh, there was no operating system found. Is that corrupted or anything? Oh, could be. Damn it. Finally got it booting. That took a while. Until I figured out that my installation medium was corrupted. It was basically only because I created a partition and I thought it's gonna leave the main stuff alone, but apparently the Windows needs a EFI or so to boot, and it kind of messed with that, so that's why it didn't work. So I created the new one, and it, as you see, it booted. So while I can now continue installing Windows on this, my workshop PC here runs a Windows update. So hopefully it doesn't end up like this one. We will see. Let's get on with the installation. So, presented by this fly right there. I just want to quickly show you, we're done with this guy. I'm very pleased to tell you it is very fast. I'll demonstrate it. Watch the boot up time. Oh yeah, and I also disabled the post messages. And here we are. I wish you could have seen the original boot speed, which was, yeah, you know, hard drive like. So there we are, all ready and set up all the drivers are updated, and updated Windows to its latest update, so we hopefully can keep it from crashing anytime. And yeah, it was a really nice upgrade. So yeah, he can now use it for another couple of years, and we'll have a much speedier system. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video.